Welcome to Enchanted Sleep. Tonight, let everything heavy settle out of your body. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let the day you just lived through become smaller and smaller until it is small enough to set down completely. Tonight, we are not going up a mountain, or into a forest, or between old shelves of books. Tonight, we are going up, above the clouds, to a city that exists only where the sky is quiet enough to hold it. Close your eyes and let the story begin. There was once a windsmith named Arya. Arya built things that caught the wind, kites, sails, the great rotating fans that turned slowly atop watchtowers to measure the breath of passing storms. She had spent her whole life with her feet on solid ground, looking up. But on this particular night, the night the wind smelled different, sweeter, thinner, touched faintly with something like starlight, Arya looked up one more time and saw something she had never seen before. A staircase. It was not made of wood or stone. It was made of cloud, soft, coiling, faintly glowing cloud, spiraling upward from the hilltop where she stood, vanishing into the deep blue dusk above. She should have been afraid. Instead, she felt the particular, quiet curiosity of someone who has spent their whole life building things that fly, finally being invited to follow one upward herself. She set down her tools. She placed one foot on the lowest step. It held her weight perfectly, solid as stone, soft as a held breath, and slowly she began to climb. The staircase wound upward in long, gentle spirals, never steep, never tiring, as though it understood exactly how much climbing a person could comfortably do before needing to rest, and never asked for more than that. Below her, the world shrank, first the hilltop, then the valley, then the distant lights of her village, glowing small and warm like a handful of scattered embers. Above her, the sky deepened from dusky blue to a rich, soft indigo, scattered with more stars than she had ever noticed from the ground. The clouds around the staircase began to thicken, glowing faintly from within with a soft, pearly light, like lanterns wrapped in silk. And then, quite suddenly, the staircase opened onto something Arya could never have built, never have imagined, never have captured in any of her careful sketches of wind and sail and motion. A city. It floated entirely on cloud, not resting on it, but woven from it, buildings rising in soft curves and gentle spires, their surfaces glowing faintly silver and gold, as though they had been built from captured moonlight and the last warm light of sunset, mixed together and left to set like honey. Streets of soft, walkable cloud wound between the buildings. Small floating lanterns, not held by anyone, simply drifting at exactly the right height, lit the gentle curves of every path. And the quiet here was unlike any quiet Arya had known on the ground. It was not empty. It was full of soft, distant chimes, like wind moving through hundreds of tiny bells too far away to hear individually, blending into a single, continuous, soothing hum. She stepped off the staircase and onto the cloud street. It held her perfectly, solid enough to walk on, soft enough to feel like walking on the edge of sleep itself. A figure approached along the curving street, tall, slender, robed in something that seemed to be woven from twilight itself, shifting gently between deep blue and soft violet as they moved, the way the sky shifts in the last moments before true night. "You followed the staircase," the figure said. Their voice was light, airy, carrying the faint echo of wind chimes. "Not everyone does, even when they see it." "I build things that catch the wind," Arya said. "I suppose I wanted to see where the wind itself lives." The figure smiled, and Arya realized, now that they were closer, that their eyes held the soft, shifting color of clouds at dusk, neither quite blue nor quite gray nor quite gold, but something gently in between. "I am Soliel," they said, "keeper of the Cloud City. We do not get many visitors who arrive on purpose. Most who climb the staircase are simply tired. Tired enough that the sky takes notice and offers them a place to rest a while." "Is that why I'm here?" Arya asked. "Because I'm tired." Soliel tilted their head, considering. "Are you?" Arya thought about this, really thought, for the first time in longer than she could remember. About the years of careful work, measuring wind speeds, calculating angles, building things that needed to be precise, reliable, sturdy against every storm. "I think," she said slowly, "I have been so busy making sure everything else could withstand the wind that I forgot what it felt like to simply be carried by it." Soliel's smile deepened, gentle as a sigh. "Then yes," they said, "that is exactly why you're here." Soliel led Arya deeper into the Cloud City, along streets that curved and dipped gently, like the city itself was breathing, slow and easy, beneath their feet. They passed buildings shaped like enormous unfurled flowers, their petaled walls glowing softly from within. They passed a wide, open plaza where dozens of small cloudbirds, creatures made entirely of soft, glowing mist, shaped vaguely like doves, drifted in slow, lazy circles, occasionally landing on outstretched cloud benches to rest before lifting off again. "Everything here moves slowly," Arya observed, "even the birds." "There is no rush in the sky," Soliel said. "The wind does not hurry to cross the world. It simply goes at exactly the pace the world allows. We have learned to move the same way here. It is, we think, one of the great secrets of rest, not forcing stillness, but simply matching the pace of something larger and more patient than yourself." They reached the edge of a wide terrace that looked out over the endless cloud sea below. A vast, rolling expanse of soft white and gray, lit from within by the last colors of sunset, deep oranges fatting into purples, fatting into the rich indigo of true night. "This is my favorite place in the whole city," Soliel said. "The edge, where you can see how far you've come without needing to go any further." Arya stood beside them, looking out over the impossible, gentle vastness of it all, and felt something in her chest loosen. The same way a tightly wound kite string loosens the moment you finally let it out into open wind. They sat together at the terrace's edge, legs dangling over a softness that should have felt frightening, but instead felt like the safest seat in the world. "Tell me," Soliel said, "what does it feel like down on the ground to spend your whole life building things that fly, while never flying yourself?" Arya considered the question carefully, the way she considered the angle of a sail before a storm. "It feels," she said slowly, "like loving the sky from a great distance, like writing letters to someone you never quite get to meet in person." She paused. "I think I told myself that was enough, that building the kites was its own kind of flying." "And was it?" Soliel asked, gently, without judgment. "I'm not sure anymore," Arya admitted. "Maybe it was just easier to stay on the ground, where everything is solid and measured and safe. Maybe I was afraid that if I ever really let go, I might not know how to come back down." Soliel nodded slowly, watching the cloud sea shift and glow beneath them. "That is the secret fear in everyone who builds careful, solid things," they said. "The fear that softness once allowed in cannot be controlled again. But Arya," they turned to look at her directly now, their twilight-colored eyes warm and steady, "softness is not the opposite of strength. The clouds beneath us are soft enough to glow with sunset and solid enough to hold an entire city. You do not have to choose between being strong and being gentle with yourself. The sky never has to choose. Why should you?" The lanterns throughout the city began to drift lower, glowing a deeper, warmer gold now, the way candlelight deepens as a night grows later. Soliel rose and extended a hand. "Come, there is one more place to see before you rest." They led Arya along a final spiraling path to a small, round building near the heart of the city, its walls woven from the softest cloud Arya had seen yet, glowing a deep, warm amber, like the inside of a lantern. Inside, the space was simple, a wide, soft bed of cloud, low and round, surrounded by small floating lights that pulsed gently, slowly, like sleeping fireflies. "This is the resting room," Soliel said. "Every visitor who arrives tired enough to find the staircase eventually finds their way here. You do not have to do anything in this room. You do not have to think or plan or measure or build. You only have to lie down and let the city hold you." Arya lowered herself onto the soft cloud bed. It received her weight the way deep, warm water receives a tired swimmer, completely, gently, without any resistance at all. "What happens now?" she asked, already feeling her eyelids grow heavy. "Now," Solil said softly, settling into a cloud chair beside the bed, "you simply let go. The city will hold what you cannot hold yourself, just for tonight. Tomorrow, if you wish, you may climb back down the staircase, back to your kites and your sails and your careful, solid life. But tonight, you are not the windsmith. Tonight, you are simply something the wind is carrying, gently, exactly where it needs to go." The amber light of the resting room pulsed slowly, matching the rhythm of Arya's breathing as it deepened, slowed, settled into the easy rhythm of true rest. "I used to be afraid of heights," Solil said quietly, almost to themselves, watching the small floating lights drift lazily above the bed. "Long ago, before I came to keep this city, I was afraid that if I ever let myself float too freely, I would lose all sense of where the ground was." "What changed?" Arya murmured, voice already soft and distant with approaching sleep. "I realized," Solil said, "that the ground would always be there, waiting, patient, whenever I chose to return to it. But the sky," they gestured gently at the glowing cloud walls around them, "the sky only asks to be trusted for a little while, not forever. Just long enough to remember that you too can be soft, that you too can be carried." Arya's hand, resting at her side, finally uncurled completely. The same careful, calloused hand that had spent years gripping tools and measuring wind, now open and empty and at ease. The floating lights dimmed slightly, glowing low and warm, like the last embers of a campfire built entirely of soft golden light. "Sleep now, windsmith," Solil's voice continued, barely above a whisper, blending now with the distant, soothing hum of wind chimes that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "You have spent so long making sure everything around you could withstand every storm. Tonight, you do not need to withstand anything. You only need to rest. The kites will still be there tomorrow," they continued. "The sails, the towers, the careful measurements, all of it will wait for you, patient as the wind itself. Tonight, the only thing you are responsible for is breathing, slowly, easily, and letting this soft, glowing city hold the rest." Arya's breathing slowed further, falling into rhythm with the gentle pulse of the floating lights, with the distant hum of chimes, with the slow, patient breathing of the cloud city itself. Outside the resting room, she could faintly hear the soft coo of the cloudbirds settling onto their benches for the night, tucking themselves into gentle, glowing shapes, content simply to drift and rest until morning. In the last few moments before sleep took her completely, Arya thought she heard Solil speak once more, their voice now woven seamlessly into the hum of the city itself. "You do not need to choose tonight between the ground and the sky," the voice said, gentle as drifting mist. "You only need to rest here, held by both, solid enough to feel safe, soft enough to finally let go. When you wake, you may climb back down if you wish, or you may simply stay a while longer, learning what it feels like to be carried instead of always carrying. Either way, traveler, you have done enough today. The sky does not ask you to earn your rest. It only asks you to accept it." Arya's eyes, already closed, grew heavier still. The amber light surrounding her deepened into a slow, golden glow, like the very last light of a sun that has decided, gently, to finally set. The cloud bed held her perfectly, solid enough, soft enough, exactly enough. And high above the world, in a city built of captured sunset and patient wind, the windsmith slept more deeply, more completely, than she had in many, many years. Outside the resting room, the cloud city settled into its own long, slow night. The floating lanterns dimmed to their lowest, warmest glow. The cloudbirds tucked their misty wings and rested on benches that seemed to have been shaped specifically for this purpose, for this hour, for this particular kind of stillness. Solil remained seated beside the bed for a long while, watching the rise and fall of Arya's breathing, content simply to keep their quiet, ancient watch, as they had for every tired traveler who had ever climbed the cloud staircase before her. And the city itself, vast, soft, golden, and endlessly patient, simply continued to be what it had always been. A place above the noise. A place where the ground's careful weight could finally be set down. A place where anyone, windsmith or wanderer or weary soul, could learn, just for one quiet night, what it truly means to be carried. And And so, we leave the floating cloud city for tonight. Let the soft golden light settle gently over every tired thought in your mind. Let yourself be carried, just for now, the way clouds are carried by wind that asks for nothing in return. Let the quiet hum of this gentle, drifting place carry you down into deep, peaceful, golden sleep. You do not need to hold yourself up tonight. You are allowed to be carried. Good night, traveler. Sleep well,